When I walk through here every day, it's interesting. I've been here almost 10 years. I see or feel something I've never seen before. There's so much material here and there's so much that changes. And whether you are engaging something visually or whether you're reading some text, it's very easy not to see it all. I think that's why our average stay here is 4 to 5 hours. I think one of the biggest surprises is folks go, oh, I can't just do this in an hour. There's 5 hours of film alone. So it's, if you really come here and you want to immerse yourself in this art form called rock and roll, you've got a great opportunity. You really stay here as long as you want.
Basically, we're trying to tell the story of rock and roll from its origins, from the earliest roots of rock and roll, from music like country music and folk music and rhythm and blues, and how they all blended together into this new musical form. And then also looking at how that music has impacted our society and how it's how it's had created a political voice for people, how it just basically has become sort of the soundtrack to our lives.
We've assembled some of the key artifacts and some of the key historical pieces that any rock and roll fan, casual or deep, would really want to see. You see major iconic stuff like all the Sgt. Pepper's uniforms. You see song lyrics, you see guitars, you see posters, you see letters. And you see guitars that are played by Muddy Waters and Hank Williams' own guitar and this thing and that thing. And it's like, whoa. It's like seeing Mozart's piano. This is the actual instrument on which these songs were played.
I had older sisters and remember the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. I remember the Rolling Stones and the Dave Clark 5 on Ed Sullivan Show. And be able to come here and see that stuff and see things that were so big at that time and see lyrics and see Jimi Hendrix lyrics and see instruments and see costumes that I had seen on albums and on TV. It was amazing. Every time I walk through this museum, I always find something different that I didn't see the time before that really makes it that much more special to me.
Yeah, we are constantly changing the exhibits, even the main exhibit hall down here in the Ahmet Ertegun Gallery, our more or less permanent collection. We do go around and change that combination of things. One is that we want to preserve all the artifacts, so with the light and air and all that stuff, and a lot of times, if you leave something out too long, even under the best circumstances, it'll start to deteriorate, and so we don't want that to happen. And then also, as we get new collections in and new opportunities, we'll take something down that's been up for a while and put something else up in its place. So, and it keeps it fresh. I mean, you could, we're constantly changing things throughout the year, so you could come here in January and come back in August, and there'd be a lot of different things. I guess overall, I'm most proud of the fact that we've really been able to, put together the collection we've been able to put together. We've been able to represent, all these major artists, whether it's the Rolling Stones or the Beatles or Jimi Hendrix or Janis Joplin. We've just gotten great collections from all of them and many, many, many more. Fortunately, with so many of the musicians, so many of the important people of rock and roll, they have similar reactions as the way Les Paul does. This is where their artifacts should be, and it's and that's what we hope to keep building that.
What our curators and our staff have done in integrating the music with the artifacts, with the film, creates a whole different level of experience than anyone ever expects. And they are just blown away with the expansiveness of the material that we have, going back to the very roots of rock and roll, all the way up to the artists that have been on MTV or been making an impact last week. So typically, all the inductees and the artists, as well as the fans, walk out of here going, wow, I can't believe I waited this long to get here. I've got to come back again.